When all of the contents of cells are just in straight text, black text on a white background, it can be a little bit difficult to pull out the information from the data. So we're going to just look at some formatting that we can do in terms of color and border and bolding text, just to make the information a little bit easier to get to. I'm going to begin with the headers, so that's row 1. I'm just going to drag across row 1, right click, choose Format Cells. I'm going to put a border around this group of headers, so I'm going to click on the Border tab. Now you can see here we have a few ways of building up borders. The top in the presets, we've got none for no border, an outline, or we can have inside. I'm going to click on the outline, and you can see that it gives us kind of a preview down here. It's got text representations, so it's kind of showing you what two cells next to each other would look like. So it's a border around, that's why it's called outline, and no text inside, or that's in between the cells. We can always toggle individual parts here, so we've got the top, I can toggle backwards and forwards, the bottom toggle backwards and forwards, and the left and right. We can have strike throughs, and we can have a line in between the cells. So you've got your kind of basic setup here, and you've got more detail setup here, and you've got a line style, so you can make your borders thicker or thinner in this area. I just want a border around, so I'm just going to say OK. So now you can see we've got a border around our headers. Well, I'm going to do something more to that, so I'm going to select those again, right click, Format Cells. This time I'm going to click on the Fill tab, and we've got options for colors. I'm going to just kind of click on a light blue and then say OK. Okay, so we can see we've just got a light blue. I'm going to do something similar for our totals. So again, I'm going to highlight our totals row, which is row 6, right click, Format Cells, give them a similar colored border and a similar fill, so border and fill. I'm going to choose our names, Format Cells again, give them a border and perhaps a different color fill, and then perhaps I can choose all of our data for each individual and Format Cells, give them a border, and perhaps just leave that as white. Okay, now we've got our tax rate. I'm going to do something similar to the tax rate, so I've selected both the header and the value. I'm going to click on Format Cells. I'm going to have it as an outline and lines in between. So we had the two rows, and so you'll notice now we've got the text above and below. And I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to give the tax rate header the same color as the header, the general header of our spreadsheet. I believe that was this color. Okay, so there we are. We've just added a little bit formatting to make it a little bit easier to read the information.